Okay, hi, it's Christina Merkley here, and I am here with Sarah, who I am just meeting. Welcome.
Thank you.
Went down the rabbit hole on the site, so I know how that can be. People will say that. They're like, where do those hours go? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So, welcome. And I know that a little bit that coach, you're in the coaching kind of realm, so obviously found your way at an interest maybe with that and want to do a little personal processing yourself. So, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
do you have a starting question or do I just?
However you want to start. That's the starting question. You were going to jump in there. I was just about to prompt it, so go for it. And what brings you here, basically, is the
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Well, I loved that you framed this opportunity as like what this changing moment in 2020 in particular, specifically COVID, is stirring up for folks. And for me, I'm finding that I'm really like maybe like a lot of people, I'm in this liminal space, which I think can be a really like potent space. But I'm feeling like the weight of being between worlds in a way that I have been for a lot of my life. But I'm at a
Mm.
place where I'm really hoping to stop being kind of bogged down by that, or I don't know, just to find my way through that. So, in one sense, I'm between worlds because I'm, still self quarantining or, sheltering in place as much as possible. A lot of my freelance work disappeared.
Mm.
Um, I'm in school at the moment. I'm in a graduate program, and I've
Mm.
got like 8 or 9 more months of that before I'm going to be
Well,
out in the world.
that'll keep you busy. That's actually a pretty good thing to be doing in the midst of all this, I would
It
think.
is, it is.
Yeah,
And I'm at a place where I need to be kind of bridging between what I've been studying and what I want to do next,
I see. Yeah.
and articulating that to like administrative bodies who will, be like signing off on my thesis project, or,
Hmm.
I'm in the process also to be ordained as an interfaith
Mm.
chaplain. And, so I kind of need to like be able to articulate what it is that I'm doing with what I've got, or where I think I'm going. And I've just always had so many pieces. I'm work in social justice through the arts. I'm a theater facilitator and a theater artist. I'm a writer. I've taught yoga. I've kind of survived in my working life by fitting in kind of wherever I can. And I know how all of these pieces come together for me personally, but I'm feeling really challenged when I'm trying to figure out if I could just offer something to the world. How do I do that? How do I package that? How do I explain what it is that I do to people who needs this? I can think of so many applications, but kind of like deciding that next step. Um,
You need my whole shifted process.
yes, I do. It's a lot.
FYI, I am on the lookout for a female case study if you're okay.
Oh,
Yes, to go through the whole system. So
I
you'd be a
would be
good candidate.
curious about
You'd be
that.
good. We'll talk about this. We'll talk afterwards because I'm like,
Okay, great.
how do I get that accomplished in 45 minutes? Yeah,
Yeah, it's a big ask.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
in
So
terms of
yeah.
maybe, I don't know, well, we could pick any piece of this. I'd love to just,
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean that as a criticism if it came across that way. It was just I've just come off a 3-day weekend, which is my retreat, my intensive for Shift It, right? So it's really fresh right now. Ah, and there's multiple ways. You've been poking around the site, so let me know if there's any of those processes in particular that you resonate with. Lately, I've been enjoying doing process, just inquiry with people, because funny enough, the subconscious mind, your larger intelligence, can figure out how to work with all of that in 45 minutes. So I'm kind of tempted to go there because I'm like, okay, consciousness, show us how this gets done.
great.
How do we do the alignment? How do we do the disparate into cohesiveness and get some action steps in there too? Yeah. So, the other one is future. I've been doing a lot of future selves. It's a good fit for what you just spoke to, and many people are in that same boat right now where things are quite different, obviously, and amorphous. You're in that, that's a natural place to be too, regardless, right?
Yeah.
With what you got going on with grad school, that was, I feel empathy and projecting myself on when I was back at that stage of life with, you know, the flying the coop after grad school and trying to figure that out. And that dreaded question, what are you going to do? You know, who are you going to be? So I won't do that to you. We'll put it to your future self. Anyway, so let me start with inquiry and I'm going to see where it goes.
Cool.
Because it may find its way to future self and action plans or whatever. I'll just kind of, that's kind of my go-to. Let's go to your consciousness like stat and see, it'll guide us. Okay, I'm just going to screen share and bring up my drawing program right here. Let's get a little things ready. And all you need to do is just kind of take a couple of deep breaths, get settled into your system. And then we just kind of want to see what's present the most. And it might be a thought, it might be a body sensation, it might be emotion, like anything goes, right? Like just as you kind of settle in, what's kind of the, oh, hello, what's there?
I should I start? Should I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
If you got something, let me know.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me right now and kind of always, there's a persistent feeling of a lot of energy with no clear outlet or no clear direction, which often manifests as like a feeling of anxiety or urgency when there's nothing really to be urgent or anxious about. It's just like a lot of energy.
Yeah, okay, good. So let's get all that down. Then we're going to meet at anxiety, urgency, good descriptions. Okay, so hey, familiar energy. Lots of energy with like no outlet and where to go, and one could put anxiety and urgency labels kind of on it. Just welcome it. It's kind of, it's like however you do it inside, everybody's able to, right? But wherever that might be, just meet it. Just kind of send it a little high. And if you can manage it, you're welcome here. I just feel my own system settle a little bit there. So just notice it's all just meeting things and then seeing what happens. This is what I mean about consciousness showing you. So just what happened there as you met that, anything. Nothing needs to happen, but I'm curious.
Yeah, I just kind of had like a little relaxation, like maybe kind of like a little inner child part of myself was able to be like, oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, nice, sweet. Okay, good. So we're gonna, hello relaxation. Hello, sweet little kid that needed permission or whatever that was, right? Like just welcome that. Hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. And then just see what happens as you do that.
There's a strong feeling of supposed to that comes up.
Good. It's not great, you know, that feeling, but I mean, good. Like, you know, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so the strong feeling of supposed to. Now just be with it as I get it down. I'm supposed to. And that which we resist persists, that which we hate hates us back, right? So we're going to do the opposite of what we tend to usually do as human beings, is that supposed to. Just stand and meet it, right? Stand in front of it, do your best to just allow it and just hello, hello, welcome, welcome. And there's a part in there, you're actually going to want to thank it, like, thank you. This kind of supposed to, it's probably mind or doer or something like that, right? I can guarantee it's trying to look after you. It's a protector somehow, and it probably goes back. So with all that understanding, just thank you. Thank you. We might have to work on the coping mechanism a little bit, right? It might be driving you a little nuts, but you can say that to it, but just thank you, mind, doer, whatever you are. Thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for scanning. Thank you for coming up with your computation of what I'm supposed to do, even if you can't figure out what it is, right? That pressure. It's all okay. And there might be a split of part of you that likes that and part of you that doesn't. And that split's okay, right? It helping you and being of use in life, and then also it being a drag. Yeah, so just see what happens as you do that. And my words might not always be the exact right ones. So if you have better ones or you notice anything else, just let me know. I'm doing my best to kind of feel into it and see how it might respond.
There's something that I've been sitting with a lot lately is this recognizing, and I'm feeling this in this moment as well, that the supposed to is kind of split, and there's like a lot of like social programming and expectation, and then also a very persistent sense of call and purpose, and like maybe they're kind of like
Exists at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of getting mixed up.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so let me see. So social programming and expectation, that's one side of it, and the call, right? Like there's a legitimate call in there, an authentic siren call to you. And it's this, here's that confusion or that murkiness again. So we just kind of link these. There's a bit of a polarity here. So let's take the first one. Oh, actually, let's just acknowledge split. Split, you're welcome here. Because oftentimes we don't like splits. we try to resolve them. So we can do ourselves a favor by just like, oh yeah, it's a split. Hello, split. You're welcome here, split. It's okay. I accept you, split. And then thank you. There's the recognition over here of some of this is social programming and expectation, and just say, you're right. You're right. And probably we don't like that. And then on the other side, there's a call. And so just acknowledge it and say, you're right. And we do like that, I'm guessing, although it might have some things to it, we'll see. So just see that as you welcome the split and you welcome the polarity between the social programming expectations and the legitimate authentic call. And the liking and not liking, having preferences about them. All okay. Just see where you go naturally.
Yeah, when I sit kind of between that split, I get this feeling of just gratitude, and I don't know to what. Maybe to to just noticing that is there.
Okay, great. You don't have to. Mind wants to get in there and understand it, but this is something different. This is more the right brain is just flashing you some gratitude, some feeling coming up from the body, wherever it might be. So out of this split comes gratitude.
And that's very much at the heart for me. And that's also
nice.
a place where I usually physically feel this excess energy. It kind of collects around my heart. And it really wants to express. It really wants to get out.
I'm in a Kundalini process, have been for about 10 years. And even when you started at the beginning talking about that pent-up energy, and now talking about here with this expression in the heart, to me that's very much Kundalini, right? Kind of just divine kind of Shakti energy, wanting to find its way and get out there and help in the world. So how beautiful. So let's welcome the gratitude. Let's welcome the heart. Let's that yearning, right? There's a yearning here to express. Welcome yearning. And we're just going to invite this yearning and this expression. Sometimes we'll see if this is what's going on with it, but sometimes we kind of just get used to it taking up a certain amount of room or a certain place in our body or being. See if it would like to expand. See if we say to it, you know what, you don't have to just stay there. You can express, you can unfurl. Would you like to?
Yeah, I don't know where this question comes from, but like the instant thing was like, is that okay?
Yeah. Isn't it fascinating? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it okay? Tell it yes. Yeah, it's okay. You can expand. You can express. How would you like to do it? You can move in the body. You could take up more room. What does it naturally want to do? If it feels okay to do it, after you say, is it okay? Just see what happens.
Mhm.
There's no pressure. It doesn't have to do anything it doesn't want to do. It can check it out however it wants to.
What's coming up for me, again, I don't really know how this connects.
Trust it. Trust it. I know this is how it goes. Yeah, I totally trust it.
And maybe this is because of or exacerbated by, just being so much more at home in my house than I normally am. But it just wants to go outside, wants to get out.
Okay, so say go for it. Just say go for it. Just say go on out, get bigger than the room, get bigger than the house, get as big as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Does it want to stay in the neighborhood? Does it want to get bigger than that? Does it want to become a mountain? Does it want to go to the sky, to the ground? Like, give it full permission. If anything comes up, that's okay too, right? If anything is like, ooh, I don't know about that, right? That's okay. Just notice what happens. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can go outside. Yes.
Yeah, it's a real relief to not feel like I have to fully embody everything in whatever this is, but that I can be standing next to it or looking at it outside of myself, that it can expand like light.
Oh, okay, good. So it wants to expand like light. So just yes, please. How wise. Let it do it however it wants to do it. And that you can also, the mind can kind of stand next to it, look at it, see what's going on, calibrate, right? If it gets a little like, I don't know, it can pop up. There's safety here. So just let that light expand. And also the standing next to and looking at, that's welcome too.
And then there's this kind of sense of bringing other people outside, and other people, when it's out there, then it can be met. And there's like a sense of like collective relief.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Okay, so yes to that. It wants to expand like light, and then there's something about bringing other people in there as well, or out as well. So just yes, that's allowable. Yes. In fact, kind of imperative now in the world.
Yeah, and then there's like an ability to look around and see each other more
Nice.
clearly.
Ooh, goosebumps. Nice. Let's put that. Yes. Look around and see each other clearly, more clearly. Yes, please. Yes. And so just invite it, go right ahead. Bigger, bringing in others, looking around and seeing each other more clearly. Yes, yes, yes.
And there's this that sense of supposed to, you know, it's like kind of hangs like a question. Um, but like moving away from that and like not knowing is a nice thing for folks to kind of have out of the way.
Okay. I might not have fully asked it, understood it. So,
Mm-hmm.
so help me.
Yeah.
So it went to the supposed to shifted, did it? It's not like it used to be. It's something else.
Yeah. Or, you know, kind of this kind of image that I have in my head of folks stepping outside, just looking at each other. And then again, this question of like, what do we do?
Okay. Very good. Very
And
good.
what
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
supposed to do?
Yes, excellent. Okay. Yeah, so it is like, okay, we're supposed to do something, but what is it?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do? So bow to that. I'm just going to call this mind. Might be something else, but it's easy handle. So you're right, mind. Good question. You know, it's moved from the supposed to over here to the, okay, this is nice and all. We got everybody outside. We're looking at them, but what are we supposed to do? So just allow mind's pondering and it's wanting to figure it out. Left brain is like an administrator. It's a bureaucrat. It you know, likes the checklist and likes to implement. We have them, but they get a little carried away. And just see what happens. Mind might not like the way I characterized it. It might put up a fight. That's fine.
Well, as you were talking, again, I don't know what this is related to, but I felt like a real, I don't know, kind of like a swelling or a sighing in the heart as we're
Mm.
I don't know what that's connected to.
Well, we'll just go with that. We don't have to know. See, mind wants to know, and heart territory. Often the mind can't figure out the heart. So anyway, the heart just sighed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello, sighing heart. Now, is that an enjoyable thing or a not enjoyable thing? Is that heart sighs? How is that for heart? Is it sighing?
It's got like a little bit of sadness to it, but it's okay. Um, and I guess this was coming up. I think you were talking about like as the mind is, you know, the kind of like things that the mind really wants to do. I think maybe there's just like this, like a well that's not being tended or tapped
Yes,
or.
that's beautiful. Okay, good. I just agree with that. You're right. You're right. There's a big well here that's not being attended to, not being tapped. And the mind or the heart's a little sad about that. Wants to be tapped. So it's a well not tapped. You're right. You're right. We don't like that. You're right. You're right, heart. It's kind of sad. It is okay. You are welcome here. Your sadness is welcome here. And not being tapped. Feeling your well isn't being tapped. And anything that you want to give towards the sadness, like maybe you want to give it flowers or cookies or fruit or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, singing comes up.
Nice.
I'm remembering a title from a book I read a long time ago that I think was called
Ah.
Singing from the Well or something.
Ooh, wow, cool. Okay, agree with that. Yes. Here's some singing from the well. Sad, sad heart. I hear you, and here's this book. Here's what, you know, this concept. Here's this. I get you. We're going to sing from the well. How sweet. Just see as you remember and give that book to heart, to sad heart, What happens as this singing to the well comes up?
Um, I'm going to a memory of something I've done in one of my classes that I lead, which is to have people sing their names. And people are really afraid to sing a song they don't know already. And even sometimes the songs that they do know, but especially songs they don't know. Um,
Afraid to sing, what a great metaphor for where you're at right now
mm-hmm.
yourself, eh? Afraid to sing a song I don't know. And that empathy, you can see it in the people that you're holding space to do that and their fear, and then maybe even bringing that same empathy to yourself of, wow, look, like this is a sweet, vulnerable thing for people to be trying to do something they don't know how to do. And just welcome all that. Welcome the song, welcome the fear, welcome the empathy and compassion. All welcome here. And to the fear, you're right. You're right. We don't like that. It's hard when we don't know how to do something, to be put on the spot and be required to do it. It's uncomfortable, might be a little squirmy and fearful. That's okay. You're right. Just see what happens as you meet its fear and maybe even hold its hand. Or whatever you feel compelled to do towards that fear. What do you do with your students or the people you're doing that? What do you do with them?
Yeah, I'm just remembering that part of the magic of that exercise is that people don't need to say as much. The words don't matter as much because the voice can tell more.
Wow.
Um, and people get very worried about sounding good, but that doesn't matter at all.
Okay. So that becomes the limbic sentence in a way. You don't have to worry about sounding good. This isn't about goodness.
Mm.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
is
this
it
is.
about
Mm,
yeah, go ahead.
it's about a person's. I'm stealing a line from Mary Oliver. Their unrepeatable energy, um, and allowing that to come through.
Beautiful. Ooh, goosebumps. Unrepeatable. It's about your unrepeatable energy, right? Like your uniqueness, I'm guessing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, which as
What
I'm saying it
only
is,
you can do. Yeah.
yeah, it's such a lovely gift to hear coming back to myself because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
always do a good job of that for myself, remembering.
So to that part, that heart of yours, right? And that well that got sung to, out of there came, hey, remember, it's about your unrepeatable energy. So just say thank you. And you're right. Like, thank you for mirroring that back to me. Thank you. This aspect of you is holding you and being caring and sweet, just like you are to other people in the same position. So just receive that. Like, how kind is that? How sweet is that? Yes, yes, yes. And remember, you've got unrepeatable energy, right? So just like you do that for others, the mirror goes back to you and just the, oh, I've got unrepeatable energy. Yes, yes, yes. Mary Oliver's beautiful wording and poem is about me too. Yeah, how beautiful that is. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, yes, yes. And just say to that part, wow, so wise. You did it to me too. You're so wise. It does it to the other people and it's doing it for you. Yes, yes, yes. You're so wise. You're so right. Thank you. Just see if there's anything I can kind of feel like it giving you like kisses or giving you flowers or whatever, right? Just that sweetness. So just receive that. Just see what unfolds from here.
And now I'm just kind of seeing like paths kind of fanning out, and they each look kind of, there's not one that's better than another.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, so bow to that, that wisdom of you and that whatever you want to call it, subconscious intelligence, it's just saying there's many paths here. You don't have to worry about the right path. There's like tons to choose from. There's abundance here. This is okay. This is good. See if I've got that right. It might be something else coming up. You tell me.
mhm.
What happens when these paths show themselves? How does that feel? And is there a message that goes along with those paths?
um, so that I don't have to have the energy to walk all of them. It's
So,
just
so
applying
if
it.
okay, go. Yeah, that's what I wanted to flip it. So if you don't have the energy to do that, what is that telling you? What is the? You don't have to. Don't worry. You don't have to walk all these. Because if I'm understanding, it's like, whoa, that's kind of daunting and exhausting just looking at, right? So the
Yeah,
message is going, you don't have to. Don't worry. You don't have to walk all these. Yeah.
yeah, and kind of like any one of them would be fine.
That's it. That's it. Good. Any one of them would be fine. Bow to that. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Can't really make a mistake. All paths are good. Or see what happens is that any one of them would be fine emerges. Then what unfolds from that?
Hmm. There's still real hesitance for me in like making a choice.
Yeah, okay, that's natural that would come up. Makes sense. So, hello. I need to make a choice. You are welcome here. That's back to that mind, right? That doer. I need to make a choice. So, hello, mind. We get it. That's what you do. That's your preference. We understand that's what you would like because you're a mind or you're a doer. That's what you do. So, of course, you're like, we need to make a choice. We don't want to make that wrong at all because from its perspective, it's completely correct. It likes to do that sort of thing. You're right. You're right. A choice. Or is that right? Just see. Just see as you make it okay for that part of you that just did what it did about wanting a choice. See what happens from here.
Well, there are the questions that come up like, but I mean, when I'm kind of facing this image, facing these paths. The only real concern is that, like, oh, well, what would be a beautiful path to walk? What's going to have lovely things to look at? And, um, you know, I think they're all kind of like through the same abundant kind of landscape. Um, I kind of have the sense that any one of them would have what I would need to find along the way. Um,
Nice. Yes, yes, yes. Aren't you wise? Showing the beauty and the loveliness and the abundance of the landscape, and all have what I need along the way. Just bowing to that heart and that deep wisdom.
yeah, and the call is to just start walking.
Woo! Excellent, excellent. Just start walking. So just hello, just start walking, and just see what happens as you welcome, just start walking. What does that do?
Well, it's very liberating to not feel like I need to pack provisions or,
Right.
you know, plan who to meet or anything, just trusting that I'll meet who I need to meet along any of the paths, and I'll, you know, forage for what I need along the way. And
Nice.
it's not
Nice, nice,
normally how I
nice.
travel.
Yeah, yeah. Not my normal travel. But these are not normal times, are they?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's welcome that profound wisdom. Like, just start walking. You don't have to pack. You don't have to plan. You can trust. You'll meet people along the way. You'll forage as you go. Yes, yes, yes. This is not your normal travel. You're right. It's not. Just see what unfolds from here. What happens in your system as you meet that.
There's a relief in finding a way to use that energy or to put it toward um, movement
Mm.
that's also a way of being. I think about walking as like it's kind of in a middle ground between doing and being.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, nice. Perfect. It's do you know the Camino? Have you heard of the Camino
Mm-hmm.
Trail? Yeah, I just got a flash of that, right? So
Yeah.
so many people you're definitely doing each day, but the bigger unfoldment, right, that's taking place on that being and kind of spiritual aspect. Hmm. Okay, so yes, 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 relief. You are welcome here. Always nice in the nervous system to have relief. When you've been duking it out with polarities, that's exhausting. And then, whoa, what do you know? Talking about polarity, here's the middle, right? Here's the transcendent place, the oneness place, right? It's not either or, it's yes and. It's both. It's whole. It's got both doing and being in this not my normal travel mode, right? Different way to travel. So thanking that, very wise, very wise. Thank you, thank you. And just see what happens from here. May be all settled out. We may have it. There might be some more squawking from the mind. Wherever it's at, it's okay, mind. I mean that lightly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just occurring to me that I there's not a sense of like I'm having to like bushwhack through through the bramble on either side, that there is a path, and it's well, there are several, um, and I don't have to make it. It's already there for me.
Okay, okay, beautiful. It's already there. Yes, yes, yes. How wise. Thank you. It's already there. No need to bushwhack. No need to overly effort and hack away through and do the whole. It's already there. It's already there. Just moving and that middle ground between doing and being, and it's already there. Just see as you meet that. You're right, you're right. This new way of travel is allowable. It's okay to do it different. No pack, no plan, no bushwhack. It's all there. Just trusting. Meeting and foraging.
Mm. Yeah, and then as I'm just following, and the path turns and I turn, or there's a rock and I can climb it, but I'm not. It's impossible to walk up the path that is, you know, what I would get to tomorrow or the next day. It's just a one foot in front of the other. This is
Nice.
this is what it is.
You probably have shoes on, but this is the way I can do one foot after another. Yes, yes, yes. Just one foot after another. You're right. You're right. So wise. Just one foot after another. Yes, yes, yes. Hmm. My nervous system's nice and calm. What's going on for you?
Yeah, yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. How's mine doing with it?
Yeah, mine is happy to be along for the ride. Once there's somewhere to go, the mind kind of calms down. Um, so that
Yeah. Yeah, it's a partner. It's like, it's okay, mine. There's going to be plenty for you to do because, we'll have to turn. When rocks show up, we'll climb over them. So you can help me figure out how to climb over the rocks. Don't worry, mind. You're a companion on the path here. You're traveling with me.
yeah, the mind is noticing and making connections, and
Good.
kind of doing its own foraging on the go.
Excellent, mind. Excellent. Okay. So what do you know? No need. No need for a shift it. No need for a take action plan. It's all in here. It's going to just unfold. Got partnership with mind. It's very capable. It's along for the ride. In the now, it can deal with things as they emerge. You can walk that path and just get into movement. Oh, this is what's showing up. Oh, I can turn here. Oh, I can climb this. Okay. One foot after the other. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Partnership between that heart and that mind. Just bow to them all. Bow to the mind, bow to the heart, bow to the path, bow to the intelligence, right? That consciousness that just so beautifully communicated with you. You can name that anything, since you're on a spiritual path. You could even call that God, right? So thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. In partnership, trusting, foraging, meeting along the way. Just one foot after another, with my mind here to help. Heart and mind. Beautiful. I think we might be there, Sarah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This was such a lovely process.
You're very welcome. I'm just going to stop this here. I will color and clean that up. Not clean it up, but color it up. Add to it a little bit. There's only so much I can do in the now, but I will send it to you. And anything you want to say to close? And just let this feeling, right? It's kind of new, familiar. It'll take a bit to acclimatize, to go, oh, right. This is a possibility here, as opposed to the usual way you went about it, right? So how cool to have that companionship with the mind and be in connection with the larger intelligence guiding you. And there, you can't do it wrong. Hmm. I'll say, give me a closing quote, which just means like, how are you at this point in time? You kind of come in, something happens. So this is what happened in your case. And then as we wrap, anything you want to say to complete?
Yeah, I'm just feeling very grateful to have the map outside of me.
Yeah, cool. Cool. Instead of that one where it was, and that feeling, right? That energy with nowhere to go. Well, here's the where to go. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be guided.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
you're so welcome. Thank you for finding your way to me. That was delightful. I feel beautiful myself. This is the thing of do an inquiry, right? I just get to have my own nervous system calibrated by you,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
and consciousness at large. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, take good care.